Good evening and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television talk show. We are broadcasting live and then on demand on Roku, Apple Television, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, and of course, if you're old-fashioned like Elimination, YouTube, probably Facebook. Or MySpace.
Wow. Yeah, AOL chat.
Shots fired. Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Oh, and I'm just getting started. And I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson, and this is the first LGBTQ plus talk show of its kind in the world. We're going to laugh and play through our LGBTQ world next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out.
Come on in here, it's cold. Let's go shopping, I'm ready. Come on, shopping!
ABC are like, let's bring this show back. Let's put it in primetime weekly. Would any of you want to come back and reprise the role?
It's all happening out tonight. With your hosts, gay guru Al Ferguson, lesbian activist FayWhat, pansexual leather daddy Elimination, drag queen and comedian Auntie Mame, Latino muscle bear Jonathan Casañas, Gen Z political advocate Max Fenning, Gen Z bear and actor Cameron Glass, leadership coach and leather sir Mark Pettit, Indo-Caribbean artist TriniDaddy, Muslim American communications exec Kal Gajraj. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, this season's cast is the most diverse in our history, and we thank you for joining us. Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of our Black community, Latino, lesbian, trans, students, youth, seniors, HIV/AIDS healthcare, business, political advocacy, and faith. Help us support our community. All right, first up tonight is TikTok. And TikTok has become the top source for viral content on the internet. You can find everything from recipes to hot guys and vacation clips. And by the way, nothing quite says a vacation like a cruise on Virgin Voyages. Virgin has been an iconic supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, and now Virgin Voyages brings that to an entire new level as your number one choice of an LGBTQ plus vacation experience. Value is the word. A value that includes being an adult-only cruise, Wi-Fi, all food from 20 plus eateries, tips, group workouts, and even essential drinks, all included. And that's value. And their values are also self-evident. Virgin Voyages fights for equality and the right to be seen, heard, and included. And this is why Virgin Voyages is part of our best TikTok of the week. So each week we will show you our favorite TikTok video. And our best TikTok of the week is called You Like Boys by user Casey Ray Jepson.
Let's get one thing straight, you ain't. Honey, you're a walking pride parade. Up on Grindr talking about trade. Gay for pay without the pay. You're not up in the gym for the girls, you're up in the gym for Jim. And Peter, Paul, Thomas, Luke, Scott, Joe, and Tim. You're a straight A student, but you get more D than me. You're in the F in fraternity. No homo, ha, bitch, please. Honey, you like boys, 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 boys.
Honey, you like boys.
Boys. Like, there needs to be like a Thunderpuss remix of that.
That's my jam. Yes, we need it. That is my jam.
I was thinking it was 1991. Was that just me? No, I guess it was.
Grandma, no. It was. We were here in TikTok moment, and we were going to do the remix.
TikTok. Right. Oh, it was that platform that was banned outside of the United States. Oh, I remember. No. What do we think about
That
Jepsen? What do we think about content producers like this that produce content like this?
I think it's
Enjoy
super
it?
creative. Yeah, no, that's because TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. These kids, and I'm going to call them kids because obviously they're a lot younger than me. But it's kind of insane, like what they can do with their stories and reels and the content that they're producing and the number of likes and shares that they're getting. It's really impressive because I know I wasn't that creative at that age.
Right?
You know, is it just me? But I've read that on Truth Social, people like him are Chinese spies. Is that true?
Look at the sub-messages.
Yes, exactly.
Look at the creativity here, though. The ability to put the words to music, to the words that are coherent. The rhyming, the use of the English language is amazing. So this is how we truly educate our young people. They're showing their skills without telling them that you have to learn, you have to do this. Like, this is so amazing.
And still being educational, like telling you, like, baby, if you think you gay, there's a high chance that you are.
Because you like what? You like boys.
All right. Jepsen, we liked it a lot. Apparently, we liked it a lot. Okay. Before we leave the dock with TikTok, let's think about the best place to make your next video. And that's, of course, a Virgin Voyages cruise.
Now we're voyaging.
Come on, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Love will be easy because I like my dream. Red, golden green. Red, golden green.
Thank you, Virgin Voyages. Okay. I need a drink.
It's been one of those days.
It
Whoa.
has been one of those days. Let's
Wish
play
I
our
could drink. Drink extra for me, please.
I assure you. Let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We have played this game since season 1, episode 1. I've done a lot of these shots.
Swallowed?
Yes, I swallowed a lot. We're talking about alcohol,
Yes,
by
we're
the
still
way.
talking about
Yeah. We invite you at home to play right along with us as I make 6 statements to our host. If they agree with the statement, well, they're going to pick up this shot and they take the shot. And if they disagree, well, it's going to be a long night for especially me. All right, everybody ready?
Ready.
Yeah? All right, then let's play I'd Swallow That. All right. I'd Swallow That is sponsored, by the way, by our LGBTQ plus community's favorite spirit brand. Bacardi is the world's most loved rum brand and a special sponsor of our nonprofit 501c3 efforts to educate, inform, and empower the LGBTQ plus community. Bacardi is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors right here in South Florida, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. And Bacardi is also a legacy name in their support of the LGBTQ plus community with sponsorships, pride embracements, and deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus charities and causes. And that's why tonight, It's Happening Out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drink, Bacardi. All right, here we go. With over 12 million monthly users, Grindr. Anyone ever heard of that?
No.
What?
Yeah, okay. Grindr is a popular app for meeting people in the LGBTQ plus community. It's great no matter if you are looking for Mr. Right or just Mr. Right now. Now they are partnering with Take Me Home program that is run by the CDC. I love this. The CDC and Grindr together. They are partnering along with them, Emory University, and Building Healthy Online Communities to offer free at-home HIV tests to their users. Within the app's main menu, US-based users will see a new free HIV home test button. People who order will receive OraQuick kit, an FDA-approved over-the-counter test that works by swabbing the gums. I've got jokes there. The test shows results within 20 minutes. So, question 1. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I can cruise Grindr and get my home HIV test at the same time.
Quintessential queer culture. I love this. You know, you want to find your John, and while at the same time on this supposedly dating app, you actually get to make sure you're tested regularly. and conveniently, and that's just fantastic.
Is that what we're calling Grindr these days? It's our dating app.
Wow.
But can we be further? He called it a John. So I mean, I was stuck in that one dating app.
Yeah, 1982.
Right?
Okay,
John.
right. But I do think this is an awesome idea because there's still a stigma around when you test positive. So it gives people the opportunity to at least find out if they're utilizing this as a way of meeting people and hooking up. I just wish it came with some type of aftercare because I think that's the piece that's missing. Because should you find out at home that you did test positive,
You're missing that humanity.
you're missing that part of like where to go next.
That human interaction of someone
absolutely.
telling you. Well,
or even just like how to get to the next services of healthcare, medicine, and all that.
Maybe
kind of
that's
stuff.
next.
But do you boys
Yeah.
really think that anybody's going to click that button and get a freaking test?
Well,
No, they're getting their dick. That's what they're getting. They're not getting a test. Are you serious? Look, after COVID, don't you guys see like those spam pop-ups now? Get your free COVID test sent to your house. Ain't nobody going to be clicking that.
But since
really
this
cool
launch-
try, Grindr. I just don't see that.
But since this launch, 125,000 users have requested a kit.
How many users use it a day? 125 ain't shit.
But
It's
still, but I
nothing.
mean,
and
That's
to
like when
say,
they say a study came out. We've looked at 1,200 people. What the hell? That's 1,200 people. That means shit to me.
well,
let me
more
also-
people getting tested.
The
because it's-
girl at the
is.
table is passionate about the HIV.
she is. But I'm going to push back because there's been certain organizations here in South Florida at every kind of gay event, they're giving out these home tests. And so welcome Grindr to the party. But so thank you to South Florida who have been doing it for a while now, who have been policing that.
All right.
So good job.
Grindr
Like out of the
HIV
closet?
test.
Out of the closet,
Apparently
Ujima,
we love
Howard.
it. All right.
Health, yes.
Apparently we love it.
Yep.
We love it, right?
We love it.
We
Like,
love
give me
it.
my Grinder back.
If I see you on Grindr, I'm reporting you.
I'm not. I'm like, hey, baby.
That's why she's not there anymore. All right. Walter
Top or bottom,
Cole.
though.
Walter Cole, better known as the iconic drag queen who performed for decades as Darcel 15 and a fearless advocate for Portland's LGBTQ plus community. She's recently died of natural causes in Portland, Oregon. He was 92 years old. As a performer, Darcel was known for hosting the longest-running drag show on the U.S. West Coast. Offstage, Cole, an Army veteran, championed LGBTQ plus rights and charitable work in Portland. The nightclub that Darcel opened more than 50 years ago, it's mind-blowing, in downtown Portland, Darcel 15 Showplace, was listed in 2020 on the National Register of Historic Places, making it the first site in Oregon to be nominated specifically for its significance in LGBTQ plus history.
As a teen, Cole worked at the Multnomah Athletic Club. He joined the military, then later worked his way up to management at Fred Meyer, before embracing his entrepreneurial spirit in 1967, buying a tavern in Portland's Old Town that became Darcel 15.
Everything about it is appealing. Everything that's rapid will allow.
In 1988, KGW celebrated Darcel's first 2 decades on her Rose City stage.
You can do this for 20 years, and before that curtain comes up, your nerves are just as tight as if it was with the first night you ever worked. It's an amazing thing with performers. I suppose when the butterflies stop, the adrenaline isn't correct. You know what I don't have? I don't have my boobs. I got an...
32 years later, in 2020, Darcel's was added to the National Register of Historic Places.
Well, question 2 with the Bacardi shot. I'd swallow that. At 92, Darcel, Guinness World Records' oldest working drag queen, was a life well lived.
Yes.
Hey, here.
Yeah.
She's smart to die now before you can't be a drag queen soon. So it's probably best that she died before that happened. So, I mean, give it up to Darcel. And when they said that they announced that the place was a historic place, I thought they announced that she was a historic place.
Not the
Holy
building.
crap, she's died at 92 years old. Life well lived for sure.
You know, I read, when this happened, because to be honest with you, I wasn't familiar with Darcel, but I knew a little bit about drag. Hint. I need somebody to prompt me so I can get my
What do you know about drag?
How much drag?
Exactly. In reading about her, she started a year and a half in drag performance before the Stonewall riots.
Wow.
Before. Think about that.
But I mean,
January of 68.
Incredible.
But we're talking about when she was born in 1931. That was the beginning of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about that. Yeah, and it was a life worth lived because I think about like my grandmother who was born in 1932.
Yeah.
You know, and thinking
Was she a
about
drag queen too?
No, I wish. I wish. That would have been awesome. You know, but it's like incredible the things that, you know, she lived through.
Yeah.
The bravery.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I look at figures like that in history, I'm like, I don't think I could ever be as good as somebody who could, you know, as courageous as that. Like, that's amazing.
I love that we're finally able to celebrate the story, but I wish that we could tell more because drag has always been a part.
Yeah.
We just never really talked, and there's so many of our performers who have outlived and were out there doing their thing, but we never took notice and we never put pen to paper for fear of protection. And so Darcel, we can give her her prop, but I wish we can give our elders that prop, and we don't lose our stories and our history, because if we don't, who are we going to give it to the young
That's
queers?
absolutely true. All right. Poland may have become infamous for its LGBTQ plus free zones, but some famous people are still making sure to show their support for the LGBTQ plus community. Recently, William, Prince of Wales, was spotted at the Buturo Bistro in Warsaw, in Poland's capital. The cafe calls itself a queer space with comfort food, and William's palace staffers had planned a lunch there when the prince decided to join them. William has spoken out in support of queer communities in the past, and in 2016 he appeared on the cover of Attitude, an LGBTQ plus British magazine, and denounced homophobic, biphobic, and transphobic bullying in an interview for the cover story. So question 3, with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Prince William challenges LGBT-free zones by having a meal at a Warsaw LGBT restaurant. We thrilled about that?
I'm not. He's not Harry. And don't you wish he still had hair? I wish he had hair still, right? Like William, I miss William being the cute brother, right? And like now Harry's the hottie. I'm watching Spare. I mean, I'm reading Spare. Holy crap, what a story. But anyway.
Yeah, he's not Harry, but he's the future king of England.
I did a whole spit take.
The reality is that Prince William didn't pick this place. We're giving him all these props for eating there. He ate a pulled pork sandwich with some fries, all right? He didn't pick the place. His people picked the place. And we're giving him all this glory and all this love for having our backs.
Wait, let me challenge that idea a minute. Staffers for Prince William, who are LGBT and specifically chose that place because it was, he's choosing staff members that are LGBT, and I'm willing to have lunch with the commoners.
And they felt comfortable enough to say, hey, this is where we're going. Are you willing to come?
Are you in?
And so he's breaking the stigma, one pork sandwich at a time.
You shame her on one side, I'll shame her on the other.
And oh my gosh. I'll add in. This is a moment. This is a moment in time. Al and I against Faye. This is a moment in time. The world is going to end tonight.
Right. Wonder Twin Powers
activate. Oh my gosh.
There we go.
But you know, we can appreciate his accomplishments. You know, more than the ally, but an accomplice, because he's now given the opportunity to take a picture of me, show me in this space, allow you to use my
He's
image.
the next king. I mean,
and so it all works for the good of that order. So
it's going to be the prince.
Not the cute one, but that one. Not the cute one, but that one.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. A history-making trans bear is part of the movement fighting back against deeply ingrained fat phobia. And he just wanted to celebrate trans tummies and have stupid fun at the Mr. Bear Netherlands. Bappy Kortram, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, a black, fat, trans man living in the Netherlands, thought entering the competition would be stupid fun. It was also a way to celebrate feeling more comfortable in his body post-top surgery and being given the bear label after he told his girlfriend he was going to fuck some boys. After he signed up, Bappy was informed that he was the first out trans men to ever enter the contest. The contest is part of the Amsterdam Bear Pride celebration, which takes place every year in June. Question 4. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I love stupid fun as a trans man competes in Mr. Bear.
Let's say something real quick to just do some house cleaning, okay? We're not fat shaming. We didn't call him fat. He calls himself a fat trans man, and he says it himself. I just want to make sure, because Al don't need no more hate mail. He gets enough from you people. I just,
He gets enough from me, so let's just be clear. You know what I mean?
I get enough at this table.
So kudos for being the first. I think it's always important to recognize our first. I also want to make challenge that here in the States, we do have folks who already hold that title, who have already done that as a person of color. So kudos to that. But I just want to encourage our trans bear title holder or soon-to-be title holder that don't put too much weight on what it looks like. If you don't, do the best, have fun, because you're living the moment today, and that's important.
And that's a really good. Oh my gosh, I'm going to say something.
Oh my gosh, so this is another one. Oh my God.
What is wrong?
The world.
What is happening?
The world is
What is
ending.
happening
Did both of you
today?
not take your medication today? I just want to know, because it's weird.
There could be that. But don't you think that he's in on the joke right from the very beginning? I want stupid fun, so I'm going to do this.
He's gonna
That
do
will
it,
be
yeah.
stupid fun.
Yeah.
He's already in on the joke. I want to just play and have a good time. Don't you think?
He's taking the narrative. He's taking control of the reins. So what's going to happen is once he wins, he's now taking away all the folks that's going to say, why do we have this trans person winning? Why do we have this person representing our community? Guess what? He's a part of the community. He's already taking control of his power. Deal with it when he wins, and we're going to celebrate him at this table when he wins.
Absolutely.
Well,
And he's
I
sexy
will
as hell.
say that I will only drink half of it because I'm happy that he's the trans man and competing in it, but the whole glorification, the body, the fat phobia kind of thing that they're talking about, I'm completely against that body positivity movement. I think it I think it is.
Man, he's gonna get beat.
There are, and it's fine. Send the hate mail towards me because I fully believe this. I think that there is an epidemic of obesity in the country that is killing all of our people. It's the #1 killer of men and women with heart disease, closely tied to
So
that.
your point
I
is,
don't think there should be a glorification of that.
He should be healthier. Is what you're
I think you can be beautiful at whatever weight, and it's not my place to judge him. But as far as
You just
you're
did.
judging
no,
him
no,
live on
no,
TV.
I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is that trying to glorify it and say that it's a good thing to do
Who said
with
that?
that? Huh?
I don't
Who said
think he
that?
said
I think that
Who
he
said
is.
that?
Huh?
Nobody said that, baby.
Nobody.
I think that
They
that is
said-
implied in all of the.
Cameron, I'm living for the day.
Hi.
You've been a cast member since September. I'm living for the day where we get to that moment and you just stand up and just turn the table over.
And this might be the point, because you want to see if it's a
Flip
table.
off, flip
He's
the
out
table.
our table bear. Go,
Yeah.
and go.
Look at the
And
picture
sing.
right now.
Our table bear.
Table bear.
Go
What's
ahead.
wrong with the picture? Tell me.
I'm saying I think
I'm
that,
looking. Tell me.
Yes.
He's beautiful. He's sexy. I want to drink all of him.
Great. That's great that you find him beautiful, and I'm saying that he can be beautiful as well. However, I do not think that glorification of that is
So real
a good
quick
idea.
before we go into
before
the
we
red,
move on,
I
please.
want to point out, no one's saying be fat. Be glad that you're fat. Be happy with how you are, who you are, and what you feel you are. If you've got a role or 2 or 3, that's fine. No one's going to shame you into that. No one's saying, yeah, that's okay. You can be fat and healthy. No one's saying anything about health. You can be fat and healthy. Don't get me wrong. I weigh a solid 252. I have a lot of fat here. I got a lot of fat here. I got a lot of fat here. But I can also deadlift you easily. I can also
With a
bench-
pinky.
That's not the best
But
measure
how
of
can you
health.
tell?
But anyways,
No.
and you're also 23 years old.
First of all, 24. Thank you.
Oh, 24
so
years
much.
old. You'll see when you
You're
get
right.
older.
All
it's a
right.
little different.
Dealing with
But
obesity my
anyways.
entire life, dealing with fat camp, diets, nutrition classes. I know what health is to me. Health changes from person to person, and you do not get to dictate what that means to someone else.
I think the AMA can dictate that to people.
All right.
Go
Well,
ahead.
anyway, we're cheering on and we're going to come back.
We're
and
cheering
report
him
what
on and
happens.
allowing him to live his beautiful bear life.
But I am cheering him on too.
And by the way,
and healthy life.
trans people can be represented in any.
Every.
Ever.
Thank you.
In-
Period.
and-
hard stop. And as Al say, hard stop. Wow.
Thanks for
When
watching.
the twin.
Freaked out. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
no,
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But next time, let's do it on both sides.
Oh, this is freaking me out.
Just like the LGBTQ plus on Walton Drive, we are taking lots of shots. We've drank.
That's what it is. It's the shots.
That's what it is, right? Let's take a momentary break and hear from our sponsor, Bacardi Rum. welcome back. We're here with, we're here. We are here,
guys.
We're queer.
Oh man, there's 4 more shows.
And we like, boys.
All right, we're here. We're American, and we shop. And in 1993, the mall was the mecca of American shopping. RuPaul had just broken out with the hit single Supermodel. And MTV News followed Ru as she went to some of her favorite shops in the mall. From shopping at Sam Goody.
Sam Goody.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
You
gosh.
go to Blockbuster next?
Exactly. You know, half of our viewers don't even know what a Blockbuster
Oh my
is.
gosh.
Does
Remember
Sam Goody to take photos with families and creating an impromptu fashion runway at a discount fashion store. RuPaul showed a side we rarely got to see to that point, much less today.
Yay! You better work. Hey, do you guys have this? Everybody say love. Everybody say love. Hey, you kids, I have one thing to say. You better work. Hello.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, TV.
Thank you. You keep saying you gotta work.
You better work, honey.
You keep saying you better work.
Uh-huh.
Exactly what does it mean to work?
Working is doing the best you can do at whatever it is you're doing. It's like, you know, you here, it's now, you might as well pay the cost to be the boss. It's my turn, I'm coming out. Who's the boss? Hello.
What do you do when people stare?
Well, you know, I actually dress up this way so that people will stare.
Yeah.
Really, and I love it. I love it, and I think I'm sending out a positive energy, and I never actually have a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people might say something or scream something, but they actually are loving me, even if they say it's positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, and if someone has a problem with it, the problem they have isn't with me. It's actually with what the me they see in themselves.
Is Middle America ready for you? What do you think?
You know what? Middle America is ready for me, and they're going to have to be ready for me if they're not ready or not. I mean, what I am is I'm a result of a change that's happening, and if they don't get me, the change is still going to happen with or without me. Learn how to love yourself, no matter what, whether you know. And once you do love yourself, you don't have to be putting nobody else down because you're not threatened by them. Right? The only people who would ever be threatened by me is someone who doesn't really know themselves or doesn't know what's inside of themselves, you know?
What's your next big challenge?
My next big challenge is world domination.
And after that?
Oh. Thanks for the countdown, by the way, guys.
You were all in that.
He was.
Right?
He was
Like, wow.
I was having flashbacks of his.
I was behind her holding her purse.
Right.
I had tears in my eyes. Oh, I just want to remind you, that was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. All right, question number 5. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. She has one thing to say. And we're all shocked at that rare 1993 RuPaul shopping spree. Are we shocked at what we just saw?
I'm shocked at the fact that she's dressed like a Hooters waitress.
So-
Right? That's what I don't understand. Like,
So-
why was she wearing that? You know?
But let me tell you, if you remember,
that was the style?
that was her style. Every interview that she did, she dressed just like this. I remember this, and she changed the world because straight folks love that song. She revolutionized how folks looked at gay folks because she had on Esther in her video and inside the song. So you got to think about how she brought in that voiceover of someone who was a black icon. So LaWanda Page is there making that stuff happen. And so she really resonated with our community. But everywhere you saw her, you saw that.
To your point, I just remind everybody, the only drag-initiated song ever in history in the Billboard 100
was
is
that
song.
Wow. Is it me or does she seem more like humble and nice and sweet
absolutely.
and like untainted by all the bureaucracy and crazy?
Yes, this moment?
Yes,
Yes.
doesn't she look
Before the money?
More fun.
like more fun, more down to earth?
She looked tender to me. She looked really young, like tender, meaning that you're very like wanting to take over the world, but humble enough to know that I have to go through the challenges to do it.
You know, and I've told this story before, but real quickly, I'll tell it again. In 2010,
Cha-ching.
when I brought her to Sawmill right, here in Florida, she performed,
Cha-ching.
and of course that song was done.
Cha-ching.
And she came, and she had 3 costume changes. She did about 27, 30 minutes in a track set. She changed costumes 3 times, and it was the exact same dress in 3 different colors.
Iconic.
It was like, I'm calling it in.
I need 3 of these.
And it was
Sawmill.
it was mediocre. However, now I'm going to prove that that's not true.
I agree.
In 2014, 2015, it was season 6, maybe something like that. Maybe season 7, something like that. She came back to Sawmill. And she had done the concert down at Gay Mardi Gras in Sydney, and they booed her off the stage.
Damn.
At Sydney Mardi Gras. And it was because basically they were very disappointed in the performance. And she was really to the point, I honestly think, I don't want to do this anymore. And she came to Sawmill, and I cannot tell you how many thousands of people were at that concert. It's the last live concert that I'm aware of she did anywhere in the world. And she was so good, she was beyond good. In our genre, she could have been Beyonce. She was that good in that moment.
What? You just compared her to Beyonce?
Outdoors
To the Queen Bee?
now listen, outdoors on a stage in the woods at Sawmill. She was so amazing, and she never did it again. And I think that is kind of kind of to the point of what you just said. She didn't have to anymore.
She didn't have to.
She doesn't have to.
But I saw her at White Party, and she was mediocre, and like it didn't seem to matter. People were still like, it's
Well, I'm
gone.
taking the shot because I think that I am surprised by this. I'm surprised that she was so wise and so prescient at the time to like change the world of drag in the way that the things that she's saying now are the same expressions she says on Drag Race. And I'm like, to be so consistent 30 plus years ago and to have that wisdom, that's pretty
all the jokes
astonishing.
we make about RuPaul at the table, mostly the jokes are made about me, not RuPaul.
Absolutely.
But all of the...
to make the point clear.
Elimination, you've been great on this. But to the point, RuPaul has reinvented for drag. All of the inclinations of Drag Race, a lot of that is World of Wonder and Fenton and other people. But she's reinvented. No one is ever in our lives ever going to touch what you saw here in 1993 or 30 years later.
So can we?
It's true. Exactly. For that reason is why she needs to be way louder than she is when it comes to what's going on with drag queens.
And she should.
I'm sorry, because she gave these people the lives that they have.
And can we also say that she has reinvented herself as well? Because we talked about that was her look throughout that moment. And whenever you saw her, she worked her niche. And then as she continued to grow, she then worked other niches, whether it was that pose, whether it was those gowns and whatever. So we got to applaud her tenacity. And I will admit, I loved RuPaul. I would go see this RuPaul. I'm not sure if I would go see the current RuPaul.
Pass a note over to him and make him sign and date that.
So World of Wonder RuPaul, that cash dollars would go to my cash app, not to ours.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Out New York City Council member Eric Botcher, a Democrat, is calling out the discrepancy between hateful anti-drag protesters and the kindness being preached during drag queen story hours. Botcher posted a video of a recent drag story hour event in Manhattan hosted by New York Attorney General Letitia James, spliced with clips of the anti-LGBTQ plus protesters that were ranting nonsense outside the venue.
God only knows what you're reading to them. What kind of sexually explicit material are you reading to them, Eric? Are they twerking? Are the drag queens twerking in front of them?
Love the world. Love the world. You will meet many people and go to many places. You can always find something to love about yourself, the world, and everyone in it.
Crackhead, bitch! Crackhead! Oh, you're crackhead! Crackhead! You're crackhead! You're fucking crackhead, bitch! Get the hell out of here! Gross! Get the hell out of here!
You know when pedophiles had like white bands and said free candy on the side? I don't remember them doing this shit.
You're a groomer! You're a pedophile! It was written on your steps! It was written in your hallway! It was written on your floor! That's you! Spit your bottom pussy! You're spreading pedophilia! Eric Botcher!
love yourself, and love the world. The end. Love, Todd.
Wow, that drag queen was so scary. Question 6. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I'm amazed at the hate outside and the love inside at a New York drag queen story hour.
Are we amazed?
no,
I'm
I'm
not at all.
I'm not.
Growing up as a fat queer kid in an era of school shootings and, seeing hate spew throughout while legislation is doing nothing to protect me, my friends, my family, as I'm literally growing up through high school and college, and they're worried about drag queens nowadays. I'm like, really? Who are you worried about, really? I'm curious, because I ain't surprised.
It's heartbreaking, Gay
We took
Ocho,
a
right?
shot
A
anyway.
friend of the show, and she was on Queer News Tonight. Misty Eyes, right? She's an incredible woman, works over at SunServe, and so she does the story time for Hollywood Pride, for My Hollywood Pride, and so she sits there in a beautiful gown and reads a beautiful story to all these kids, and it's a wonderful time, right? This is the second year they've done it. After last year, a kid went to school and they had asked the kid to write about someone that they admired. The little girl wanted to write about Misty Eyes, okay?
Wow.
That is how much she was inspired by her beauty, by her knowledge, by just being who she authentically is, right? You're gonna take that and rip that away from a kid. It's all love during a drag queen story hour.
So the hypocrisy is real. So there was a time that they watched a white man put on his drag and entertain the world. Mr. Rogers came in, put on his drag. We watched him from the beginning to the end, put on a whole new set of clothing, down to his shoes, and entertain America. Are we canceling him? So it makes you wonder why they are now going. So it's actually LGBTQI period, because the pedophiles have always been proven to be Christian white ministers, white folk, and things like that, or Boy Scouts, or things along the lines. But they're throwing that in our direction. No hate, no shame. I'm just calling you what the facts show. That drag queens are not known for. They're always known for love. All shows are always positive. And that was so triggering to me, because it reminds me, we had a conversation earlier, of the hate that goes back to the 50s and now what they're going to be known for.
You pose the question, why? It's because of power and money. Those are the two reasons.
Some of these idiots that are out there protesting is probably the first time they ever even knew there was a library, on their block. They've had to probably look up and be like, "Where's the library?" Because they had, and you hear them, they're incoherent.
Well, they went to the bathroom. They might have been a glory hole in the bathroom.
Right,
they
probably.
went to the bathroom.
That's true.
The foot tap. Think about how many folks got caught. Think about that.
That's I swallow that. Next up, we are going to do a segment we call Best Thing of the Week. When Taylor Swift kicked off her Eras tour, Swifties across America, multiple concerts she's done now, one caught our attention. One specific fan got so into the music that fans are clamoring for the older woman nicknamed Pocket, to join T-Swift on her other tour dates. By the way, does it make me cool that I said T-Swift? No.
Well, everybody calls her Tay-Tay, so I don't know.
Tay-Tay, all right.
Tay-Tay makes you much cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might got some cred, but now, you ain't got no cred now.
All right. Pocket joined Tay-Tay.
There you go.
TikTok
That sounds so mayonnaise-ish.
All right, now you're off my list again. TikTok user J. Andy Evans posted one of two videos that have since gone viral. A huge watch. Captioning the clip, "Our security guard named Pocket gave hugs and is a 1989 girly through and through." Well, best thing of the week, senior citizen security guard Pocket dances at Taylor Swift's concert. Age clearly has no limits on joy. What do we think about Pocket?
You know, I'm so pushed down and marginalized these days that my first thought was, if she was black or brown, she'd be fired. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, think whatever you want. I know that that's not, you know, a popular thing to say, but it's a truth.
No, that is true. That is. Oh wow, and I love you for that. But I'm gonna say and I appreciate that, and you got me thinking this. But I thought, I saw Joy, and so I would have immediately forgot Taylor. I would have jumped right in that floor, and I would have danced with Pocket.
Yeah.
I would have. The joy that she exposed herself, the joy that she gave us, was so overwhelming to me. Like I'm that guy. I go to the Pride Parade. And I see a mom say, give me a hug, and mom's hugs, and I go give hugs.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I see an older person that's dancing by themselves, that's me. So
No, what she would have done is be like, sir, please go back to your seat because she's doing her job.
Maybe, but again,
your ticket, sir.
Yeah.
but I'm that guy.
Is it just me that I completely dismiss everything that Elimination just said? Because when I watched it, I was thinking, damn, that old woman has better rhythm than Faye.
Damn.
Wow.
These are facts, though. It's okay.
It's fun though, because you see this a lot at a lot of concerts I've been to. You always see like whoever the security guard in that section, and they're always entertaining the crowd because they work every single event. And I just love it. I love how she got into it.
You know, and it's funny that you say that, because I thought, if I don't do this anymore and I don't do anything, that's what I'm going to do.
Taylor Swift contest?
No, I'm
You're going to be security at the Broward Center?
He's been one of the older folks. Like, here's your seat.
Taylor Swift fan.
Here's your
But
seat.
I respect Taylor Swift, and thank
Yes,
you for what
absolutely.
she does with music.
Yes,
I'm not a Taylor Swift music fan.
Well, she's not a fan of yours either, buddy, so it's all good.
I want to be at Broward Center and do every Broadway and every show that comes in.
That's my goal.
Absolutely. They see all the shows for free. Yes, all the shows are free.
All the shows.
All the shows. You can dance and do that.
I'm leaving y'all so far behind. I'm just telling you, I'm going to live my life.
So
to
she would
Broward.
not have sent me away. She'd have enjoyed my moment. After the song went over, she'd be like, okay, sir, thank you for that moment. Get out my light. Get out my light. Right. Get out my light. Right. You're on the floor seat.
Exactly. Wait.
I can afford pussy.
Lobby, you go. Show me a ticket. All right.
And the love has ended.
That's right. Each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our host about what is important to them. But there is a twist. It's got to be in just 30 seconds, or you hear that bell. This segment is called What's on Your Mind, and it's sponsored by Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ plus pizza of choice for South Florida. What's on our mind is the deep dish Detroit style pizza, or perhaps my favorite, the cauliflower thin crust. Jets Pizza has been with It's Happening Out for 4 years, and they've captured our attention with our 4th season with their campaign called Bigger is Better.
That's big.
And we're not talking about elimination. And of course, they're talking about their slices. What did y'all think I was talking about? Jet supports a huge variety of LGBTQ plus events and nonprofits with more than 400 locations nationwide and 35 in Florida. They are considered one of the best franchise opportunities in America. And the South Florida and LGBTQ community loves their pizza. And that is why Jet's Pizza is our sponsor of What's on Your Mind. Faye, let's start with you. What's on your mind?
Faye, what? Folks, LGBTQ plus folks, they want us erased. They don't want us around. There's so much hate targeting our community. But I've got a way where we can stand up and fight. Get married, okay? Everyone needs to get married. If you have a partner next to you that knows what your farts smell like and deals with your compulsive spending and your borderline personality disorder, marry them immediately. There is strength in numbers. I already know 2 gay boy couples that are getting married, and guess who is ordained and ready to marry them? FayWhat. All right?
FayWhat.
You can find me on social media. I will marry you too.
Dang.
Farts? Smelling your farts? Really? Okay.
What? Is that not true?
But pause. A minister?
No, it can't.
Okay, sorry.
TriniDaddy, what's on your mind?
Well, in this hellscape legislation in the political sphere, I think that we should bring in, highlight some of the more positive things that have been happening. And so a federal judge in Austin, Texas, issued a preliminary injunction which all the banned books in Llano County Public Library has to be restocked, put in the card catalog. It's not completely in the same place because that's got a red dot on it until the trial, I think, or the hearing in
there we go.
October.
Thank you very much. And
so, yeah.
Elimination, what's on your mind?
Make it quick.
Pause. No, I can't. That was.
This is your time.
That was so mayonnaise. Okay, so on my mind is the
You got a
remake.
booty call today? You
Right,
know what?
because oh my gosh,
He
clearly
does that.
the only time.
No, I'm not.
So on my brain is the remix. You know.
And Cameron, what's your?
So clearly, Brown Boy Magic doesn't happen today on the show.
Wow.
Okay, Cal. So on my mind is remix. You know, often suffer from insomnia, and I happened to wake up one morning at 4 in the morning and saw Xena the Warrior Princess. We saw so many remakes of Hercules and Rocky and so forth. When are we gonna get Xena the Warrior Princess to come and save the world? Kill all the white guys, kill all the men, and save the world.
Oh wow!
The undertone of the gay lesbian story. How do you not love that? Because I said kill all the white guys. Okay.
What's on your mind?
Honestly, now I'm concerned. I'm Jewish, I'm queer, and now Elimination wants to kill the white dude. I'm a quadruple threat apparently to him. Woo!
I said Xena, and I said that guy.
Great, my 30 seconds. My behind is mental health. Mental health has never been more easily accessible to get help through. Therapy is now available in person and digitally via Zoom, different kind of meeting platforms. So you can get help just by a simple Google search.
That's cool. Very good. Thank you. And you got it in time. And Cal, what's on your mind?
So this week in the office, I was kind of wandering around doing like my little social hour in the morning and afternoons, and I came across a new orientation class that was on the first floor, and one of our new employees is a trans woman. And I went up to her later on that afternoon to introduce myself and to like welcome her to the company and stuff like that. The next morning, she came and found me and thanked me. She's like, thank you so much for reaching out, making me feel comfortable, because she was really nervous on her first day, and now she knows that she's accepted here.
Yeah, just the smallest.
Yeah.
Oh my
so if you have
gosh.
coworkers, reach out to them.
Your best thing of the week was bragging about how good you are.
I so wanted to be right. I so wanted to be mean to that, but then
I'm glad you said it.
How do I like take down you when you talk about our siblings? So yeah. But Brown Boy Magic doesn't deserve. No, we're on this side of the table.
Finally accomplished it, Al. Right? They're gonna take each other out. We don't have to do anything about it anymore.
But watch.
Can we have this Al every week?
All right. And also on our mind is the great Jets Pizza.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Well, thank you, Jets Pizza. Our Hotspots magazine is celebrating 38 years. It has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the spirit of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. And it's sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. Remember, I just talked about, that's going to be my job in retirement.
My God.
In the LGBTQ plus tomorrow. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the destination of choice for the LGBTQ plus South Florida community for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And the Broward Center is the home for LGBTQ plus entertainers, shows, Broadway national drag performance, LGBTQ plus, choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and really all of South Florida. They support the LGBTQ plus community and our nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. And we're excited to tell you about so many of the upcoming shows of their rich 2023 season. And that Broward Center for Performing Arts is going to bring so many different kinds of themes and performances to the LGBTQ plus community. And by the way, did you know surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performance 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts. And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. And here it is. The first soap opera was a radio show in Chicago called Painted Dreams, and it premiered in 1930. Soap operas gave fans a glimpse into the day-to-day lives and drama of fictional characters, and the genre caught the imagination of millions of people. Even though many LGBTQ+ individuals loved the shows, there wasn't an openly LGBTQ+ character until All My Children introduced Dr. Lynn Carson in 1983. One of the most popular modern soap operas of recent times is The Young and the Restless, which used poorly coping with being closeted gay as the reason why longtime character Philip Chancellor III had a history of substance abuse issues.
Back then, I couldn't have been honest with you.
Why?
I felt ashamed.
And you thought that I wouldn't understand shame?
Not mine.
Because of the drinking?
No, the drinking, that was just a symptom. That wasn't the cause of it.
Well, then what? You said that you felt like you were letting us down, but you weren't.
Oh, I knew what was expected of me. I did what was expected. I was acting a part.
And you felt trapped.
Yeah,
In the marriage?
in my own skin. That's what you guys have to understand. Before anything else, this is not about you. It's not about Mom. It's not about Catherine. This is about me. It's about the truth that I've been hiding all this time.
What truth?
I'm gay. I've always been gay.
Well, in 2017, The Young and the Restless, which turned 50 years old this week, unveiled that two long-standing characters would be revealed as gay. In total, more than 10 characters that are gay have appeared on the history of the show. And that's when the show brought together fan favorites Mariah and Tessa for a romantic storyline that continues to be the only same-sex couple represented continually on daytime television.
Well, it was just a slip of the tongue. I got a little ahead of myself there. We were just talking about the future and imagining kids, plural, but you know, maybe just one. No, it's fine. I would love more than one. Yeah. I think it would be really special. And who knows? Maybe one of us will want to carry a child.
Well, our Hotspot's queer entertainment headline of the week. LGBTQ+ is a soap opera celebrating 50 years of gay stories on The Young and the Restless. What do we think about the history of soap operas and introducing gay storylines to the...
Well, the character that really brought it out was Ryan Phillippe in 1992 on One Life to Live as Billy Douglas, and that was the big watershed moment that they had a gay teen that came out and they featured a gay character, and he's been on my top 10 list, probably in the top 5 since I was maybe 13 and I didn't even know I was gay, so I'm gonna give it to Ryan Phillippe, and this is not one of those swallow ones, but I'm more gonna...
Okay, you drink.
Don't spill it.
Yeah. So,
So go right ahead.
So Al's point, the soap opera was how we all kind of lived through the moments. And I was actually having a moment I was sharing. Young and the Restless is what I grew up on. So I remember singing with my black mother and all of her girlfriends at their feet when they talked about the characters like they were real. And so when I saw Nina, who I have been watching Young and the Restless for a long time, it took me back to that moment because when you didn't have a lot, but you saw those people living, that's how you lived.
That's how you dreamed.
And that's how you dreamed. And they were your friends. And so as a young person navigating the world, you realize, you thought that's what love was like. That's how you could love someone. That's how love should look. And I remember the very first guy that I ever was in a relationship with, I named Bud after a character from Guiding Light. It was Reva Shane calling Josh Lewis. I would call him Bud. And because I was crazy like Reva, I'm not sure if he knew. He knew his name was Bud, and I think I might have told him.
He knew his name was Bud.
But because the character resonated with me because she was wild, she was crazy, she lived by her own rules, and that was me. I didn't understand how to live life, and I wanted to go be me. And so we learned that through TV, and so the soap opera taught folks how to love without even knowing it.
What do y'all think about the idea that, remember in the 80s especially, and into the 90s, we're in the height of HIV and AIDS, that a soap opera was principally a program for stay-at-home mothers, and that a gay character, like at Young and the Restless or others, would come into the home in front of mothers, parental choice today, Anita Bryant's, post-Anita Bryant's Pie in the Face, etc. But it was putting gay characters in storylines in front of mothers at stay-at-home that are dealing and raising their children. What do you think about the impact of being in the home every day?
Well, I think the impact would have been huge because I remember growing up and in my household, like my mom watched Days of Our Lives. And I distinctly remember her talking to my aunts and my grandmother like about what Marlena did that day or what Bo did that day, you know. And you know, they treated these people like it was a real storyline. They knew these people. So, and I think for myself, you know, because I didn't have the best coming out story, and if that storyline would have been introduced like in the 80s or 90s, and my mom would probably have been familiar with that, it probably would have helped a lot better.
Yeah.
Because with me, when I told my mom that I was gay, it was almost like, oh my gosh, like, what is everyone else gonna think? And it was a very dramatic, like, soap opera moment.
And the soap opera, we live soap opera.
We live soap opera.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't like soap operas growing up until like high school, when I was obsessed with this girl that just loved Young and the Restless, right? So I watched it for like 4 months. I was more into the Spanish novelas, the telenovela. Es que te dije que no me voy a casar contigo, me voy a casar con tu hermana.
No. And you got to look.
No, and you go,
Maria, ¿por qué?
And I'll say that with my mom was also a Days of Our Lives fan, and so I used to watch it with her from my earliest memories. And when I was maybe 10 years old, I said, Mom, why did you pick Neil as my middle name? He was like, she's Neil Curtis on Days of Our Lives.
my gosh.
So I was named after
That's
Days
so
of Our Lives.
funny.
A doctor that was
I'll
on the
never
show.
think of you the same.
Wow.
Renee right now is calculating in her head.
Yeah, the next show.
No General Hospital fans? No Luke and Laura fans? I watched The Wedding.
So
Luke and Laura?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I
wow.
watched
And millions
The
of
Wedding.
people watched that. You imagine the people, VCRs back then, right? Just
Yeah.
like recording that.
Yeah, I watched it live.
But those soap operas changed the world. Miss Catherine got her whole little the vasectomy thing done on TV. They had a whole blood issue. I mean, they've done a lot of stuff, and even to the point about having gay characters. We've always been here. It's just the fact that they just been afraid to push the envelope, and little by little by little
We congratulate Young and the Restless 50th anniversary. One last question. What do you only 20% of the dedicated weekly hours is in this genre of daytime soap operas. What do you does anybody know what happened? What generally historians say this is why there's only 20% of the hours in daytime? Do you know what happened?
No, what happened?
No, tell us.
O.J. Simpson. The trial brought to an end a very significant number of the soap operas because people were watching O.J. Simpson. And do you know what everyone today, in terms of television expertise, say O.J. Simpson was?
What?
The first reality show.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And O.J.
True,
Simpson
though.
brings Survivor in 2001. Reality.
Wow.
Crushed.
Yep.
So
I was upset. Passions in Sunset Beach when that ended
yeah, or
during that
Santa
time.
Barbara nighttime.
All those, all the dynasties and the Knots Landings and all of those.
On Dynasty.
And how many gay folks became fabulous because we saw the Diane Carrolls and the Joan Collins.
What are you talking about? All right. And speaking of Hotspot Square Entertainment, shame.
It's going to be a bear fight out here.
Here's a quick glimpse of the venues that are part of the Broward Center.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Parker Playhouse, Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, Rose and Alfred Miniachi Performing Arts Center. 4 venues that together bring a wealth of excitement to our community through the performing arts. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the center for world-class live entertainment, arts education, special events, dining, and more.
Well, thank you, Broward Center for the Performing Arts. Next, partnership. Our special, well, they're very excited.
They are excited.
Surprise!
We're all excited.
Our
Woo.
special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral. You're getting ready to watch something brand new. The world's largest queer church is right here in Fort Lauderdale. And supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral's Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. every week. It's sponsored by Andrew Christian. Our game is a playful conversation about sex. Andrew Christian is a literal representation of that playfulness and the world's most recognized sexy fashion brand for men. Iconic names like Trophy Boy, swimsuits, underwear are just the start of Andrew Christian. Founded by and dedicated to the LGBTQ+ community, Andrew Christian has become a status symbol for straight men wanting to adopt the style that Andrew Christian represents. The brand's support of our community is unparalleled. Pride events, major parties, and charitable fundraisers, and many of the issues that have become crucial to the gay community are all supported by Andrew Christian. We congratulate Andrew Christian for making last year's prestigious Out 100 list. His brand presence in pop culture, entertainment, and video are so much more, and so much more is why Andrew Christian is sponsored by Shag, Marry, Chop. This time, our theme is David from Productions' birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday!
David Hopkins, happy birthday. I think he's 34 today.
Again. Celebrate on the pool table of Ramrod.
Exactly.
And I'm going to watch.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to encourage him to cheerlead and film, yes.
I'm a film.
Put it on TikTok.
Yes. Put it on TikTok. It's excited to see how David likes to get it done.
All right.
They let me in there again, I'm doing it.
Okay. So,
hold my hand, I got you.
He's headed to Boardwalk, my teleprompter tells me, after the broadcast to see the boys from Giovanni's erotic shows. Yep. Okay. The ringleader is Giovanni. He's our first choice. And then the muscle hunk and Hotspot's sex edition cover model, Monster Mike. Did I pronounce Monster?
Monster. You get your credit back just a little bit.
Little credit.
Yeah.
I need you to bring it back. Monster.
Freckled
Yes.
hottie, Amane Bain. No, Amane Bain. Did I pronounce that right? Amon Bain. Thank you. And that came from David. All right, let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. And Faye, let's begin with you.
You're going to start with me. Okay, all right. So I am going to shag Monster Mike because he just looks shagalicious and he might let me strap it on and shag him, which is going to be the case and is what's going to happen. Yes, David? He'll let me? Yeah!
Yes!
I mean, come on. That's something to film and put on TikTok. FayWhat and Monster Mike right there.
With me behind, like, going off? Absolutely, yes. Ha!
I'm picturing it. All right. Yes. I am going to marry Giovanni because he's just a badass. Giovanni is a sweetheart
cute.
And adorable. And like him and his boys, I mean, he's the one who brought Damian Lenore to the FayWhat show. And he's just a great guy. I love Giovanni. Hi, honey. So I would marry him and take over the gay world together, basically, me and him. And I'm going to have to chop Amon just because I'd break that boy. You saw him? I would break that little man. My big ass titties, he wouldn't know where to go with there. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason I chopped you, boo-boo, because you're a cutie, okay?
My goodness.
You're like a fideo, and I would break you.
Wait,
you know
what?
I mean?
A fideo?
It means noodle.
He's a little noodle.
Yeah, un fideo.
Whoa.
I mean, a cute fideo. I mean, totally. Like,
All right.
you know, cutie.
Okay,
but-
got it. All right, and TriniDaddy, who are you going to shag?
Well, I think because he's a cute little fideo, I think I am going to shag him. I'm sorry, I'm turning for a moment because I just needed to see these characters again. Yeah, there's something about Amon that is like, you know, really sexy and cute, and I like the jockstrap with shag Mary. So I'm going to marry Monster Mike because that still photo of him with that smile means that we're going to have like a good time. He seems like he has a really good sense of humor. He's going to drink some beers. We're going to play beer pong. We're going to have a great time. And Giovanni, by the just kind of process of elimination, you're a good-looking dude. You're just, you know, I'm sorry, but I hope I get to meet you. I mean, I'm happy to shag with you as well. Thank you.
But he's chopped. But you're chopped.
You're chopped.
And Cal, who are you playing?
So I'm gonna shag Amon because never underestimate a skinny guy. Right?
It's usually big penis when it's a
Tall, skinny guy.
Tall,
Tall,
skinny guys.
white guy.
Never underestimate. Yes.
David Hopkins is telling.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we got
David's my kindred spirit.
validation
That's
from
why I go there.
production. Yes. So I'm gonna shag Amon. I'm gonna marry Monster because I love.
Is that wait? Is that important to you?
What?
What David just told us about his size.
aesthetically pleasing.
If
Yes, of course.
If we're shagging, yes.
He's the size.
Do you not know Cal? Of course. Have you not?
Are you a size queen?
He's all
No, I'm
business.
not. No, I'm not a size
Cal is
queen.
all
But
But you prefer it.
No. He's not a size queen. He likes to get.
Please allow him to answer the question.
He likes to get done. Let's be clear.
yeah, I wouldn't get the job done.
Let's get the job done. I know.
Yeah.
I got you.
Size
Yeah.
queen. That's
No,
on the
I'm not a
table.
size queen. No.
He wants
No.
to be filled right, Al.
That part.
That's
He
it.
wants to get the job done. Right. Absolutely.
That's it.
So marry Monster because I don't know why. Like recently, I've just been really into like these like really big like muscle boys. I have no idea why. It's very new for me.
I like it.
I don't
feel that.
you right? I don't know why, but like even like the whole working out thing, we could be gym buds. You know, I think that'd be great. And unfortunately, I have to chop Giovanni only because I also think he looks really short. And I can't be with someone that was shorter than me.
Not shorter
I don't know. The images maybe it's just the angle, but like he just looks short.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I thought honestly, you should have given Giovanni a try because you would love his business sense. Like you too could also take over the world. I'm just saying.
wow. And
That's okay.
Cameron, you're playing with.
Can I bring Boppy back? Like, he was so sexy.
No, that's not.
I, like,
play the
these
game.
guys look exactly the
Who's
same to
Bobby?
me.
All three of them look.
Two of
Oh,
them.
Two.
okay.
Yeah.
Who are you choosing?
Two. So I'm going to shag Monster because I want to know what that name means.
Yeah.
Saying, like, is he a monster? Is he holding a monster? I want to know.
Spit up my
That's
card.
twice that we had a spit take tonight.
I just want to know. Mary, I'll go with Giovanni because he does have a great business practice. And besides that, there's nothing else.
Business practice is really sexy to you, is it?
Yeah, I want to be able to be sustained. I don't
Cameron
want
has
to work.
4 jobs, okay? Like, he doesn't want to work this hard, man.
Yeah,
He's
my
like
goodness.
tired. He's like tired today. Like, what the hell? Like,
Tonight is my announcement of my 5th job. No, I'm going to chap Amon.
Because he looks like a fideo, right?
Un fideo, yeah.
Yeah. See? A
I
cute
like-
fideo.
Yeah.
He's still a fideo.
I like my
Al.
pasta fajoule, but you know, like I don't need the individual noodle.
Look at that booty.
Fideo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're at Olive Garden.
Yeah, we're family.
we've had a whole. We done been. We done been in
Okay.
Italy. We done been in China.
Way before.
David Hopkins is celebrating his birthday today, and I know he thought, oh, this conversation is going to be so sexy, and we went to Olive Garden.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
No.
All right, and Elimination, who are you playing with?
So I am actually going to shag Amon Benet. I want to make him scream.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just want to like get it over with, hear him scream a couple times, and then send him on his way. Thanks, appreciate you for playing.
He
And,
looks like it wouldn't take
on
much to make
his
him
way.
scream.
But the best thing is
Good.
when you watch the moment when it gets into that right spot in the stomach and it goes. Oh, man, that second hole is amazing.
Second hole.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten many second holes, but just
Baby.
that.
Can you explain to
What's the
Trinity
second
later
hole?
that the
Your
other
sphincter.
Oh,
Wait.
never mind.
I can't.
I thought
Al is
there was
gonna
only one
roll.
hole.
I cannot. No. I am not going out. So.
Oh, you mean this? Okay, I know what you mean.
So
I never called it a second hole before.
What do you call it?
The cliff?
Has no one ever messed with the second
Nope,
hole?
it's too late. You didn't put yourself there. You want to take over, go in.
All three of you are saying second hole like it's a thing?
It is a thing.
Thing.
It is.
I've never even heard that
Can you
phrase
show him
before.
after, please?
Wait.
So you haven't lived.
You have enough length you get to a second place.
Okay, but I didn't realize there was a name for it. Like you call it a second hole.
So
I don't know.
He's never been, so he's never gotten there.
Oh, the
and
Milky Way?
and they never got there with
I
him.
don't know. I've never heard the phrase in all of gay. I cannot whatever.
And so
the phrase second hole.
He's never understood.
Never heard it.
He's
That
gonna tell
moment.
all his Republican friends about the second hole.
So the moment. So maybe. What I want you to do for me is the next person. Tell them to aim for your prostate. And
Not
go
me.
beyond.
Not mine.
Who's the top?
You are?
Who? Me.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
TriniDaddy is like, what?
Sure, a top.
So we're back to me playing the game. Okay,
Are we still playing the game?
We are playing the game.
Oh, okay.
My life.
Because that's fine. All right, so we're going to yes. I got
sorry.
no. Okay.
Go ahead.
What is the energy building?
Because
What's
This is
happening?
the strangest show ever.
it's not. It is. It really is. However,
Yeah.
but as my brother, I cannot allow you to claim top status and not know what the second hole is. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that for you. I
One
promise.
voice for you, baby.
Maybe he hasn't reached the second hole yet.
Top.
I have to help him because brown magic. I have to help him.
Please. I'm ready.
And so I am going to marry Monster. The
By
monster.
the way, the reason why he's so shocked, and I have a little of the same reaction, is it's like one of the best moments.
It is. No, pause. It's not one of. It is the best moment. The moment when you reach that status, and the eyes, the expression, the breath, the body changes. Everything happens a little different. And it's not that maybe you have gotten there. You just didn't realize what was happening.
I just didn't know it was called a second hole.
I'm giving you that moment. No. I'm giving you that moment. So again,
because it's all part of the same hole.
It is not part of the same hole.
It's not.
It is not. It really is, and it feels very different.
A certain moment with the prostate, you're touching.
We have to show a
prostate.
picture.
Yeah. But that's
I want
All holes matter.
I get it.
All matter.
I'm gonna do a
All
lot
holes
of
matter.
research. It'll be my
All
best
holes lead
thing
to
of the week
glory.
next year. Time.
This is the second time y'all have hijacked my moment. Y'all hijacked my moment with my 30 seconds.
All right.
The bell back.
Let him finish.
So I'm going to finish. Let's be clear about that. We are not moving. We not. I'll let the 30 seconds
reached
go.
the second hole now.
I'll let the 30 seconds go. We're not going to do this.
Yeah.
So Monster, I'm going to marry him because I think I can do a lifetime of making him submit in the chamber. Like every moment could be a new moment for us.
Can I film that?
Yes, you could. Great. I like audiences. Giovanni, I think that we've kind of maybe socially interacted, so he would get the chap only because, or maybe the post off, or kind of maybe next time. So he would be the chop for me. But yeah, so those are my choices, and we're gonna work on Trini for.
I'm gonna do a lot of research this week coming up. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Going to do that.
I will.
He is.
100%.
He should
Come back and read us too.
No.
Yeah.
Because let me say this: as the educator of sex positivity, you need to understand when that moment happens, and for the person who is on that bottom, how they have that moment, because you can only be a better top if you're pleasing your bottom the correct way.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
So can I move on?
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
The public service announcement.
Exactly.
Cal, I was hopping up you, baby. I love you, right?
The second hole has been presented by Anthony. With so much
And Bacardi and Virgin.
and Mary
And China.
And it's a hot topic.
China. Don't forget China. Well, let me remind you of what we love about Andrew Christian.
Unleashed are my design concepts and aesthetics set completely free. Unleashed is young, attainable, conceptualized high fashion that I've always wanted to create without any constraints. Unleashed is fluid. Art. Universal. Attitude. Irreverent. Living without limits. What we all desire, what we truly crave. Unleashed can be you. Unleash yourself.
All right, it's time to say goodnight. So let's hear from our host for one final time. And Faye, let's begin with you.
Hey, what? So it's good to be back, boys. You know, you are wondering what's different this week. I haven't been here in 2 weeks, all right? So I brought the flavor back. That's what it is.
I didn't even.
The Latin flavor. You didn't even notice that was gone, right? Those two boring ass shows you had.
The sazon.
You missed the sazon. The sazon that is FayWhat. Go ahead. What? Boys. Fideo.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, it's awesome to be around the I Hold table again. I love you, boys. Okay, we'll be back here next Wednesday, same time, same channel. And Monday and Wednesdays, I'm with my favorite white man, Mr. Al Ferguson, on Queer News Tonight. Don't forget, Monday mornings, 9 a.m., the FayWhat Show is live and on demand anytime you want to watch me at night, late at night, under the covers. You just want to be on your phone watching FayWhat. I'm all
What TikTok hole was that?
Hold on, do it again. I'm gonna just rub my nipple right real quick.
Third hole.
Third hole. Oh, God. I got a second hole joke. And Elimination, a good night from you.
So I think, Faye, you're right. We brought the flavor back because you and I haven't been here for a minute. Okay, we brought the flavor back. So thank you,
You're
Taylor.
welcome.
Then you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, J-Lo said that love don't cost a thing, but I want to remind all of you my kinky siblings that kindness is free. The world is hard. The world is coming after us. and I want you to think about this 1 second. If our straight counterparts are having issues with changing their offspring's names on birth certificates, imagine what our siblings are going through when they're trying to change their birth certificates. So privilege does not only mean a gender, meaning white cis male who has changed the world and made the world horrible. Privilege means the ability to make the world easy, and when you can do something that others can't. And so we have to look out for folks who are struggling right now. Kindness is free. Check in. The world is under attack. People of color, our drag siblings, more importantly, our siblings of trans experience, who are now just want to be seen and loved. Beyond being seen, they want to be loved. And we have to show them. And the best way to do that is by checking in. And so my kinky siblings out there, do me a favor, check in, love on, and do the best you can.
Lovely sentiment. And Cal, a good night from you.
So good night, everyone. I'm excited this weekend. Faye and I are actually going to be front row the Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week.
I'm going to Fashion Week.
Yeah, so definitely, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and everything else to see our coverage this weekend in the fashion show.
Mad about that.
I know.
The Chinese are watching.
China.
And Cal and Faye won't tell you, but the following week they're going to get into a pattern of this, and they're going to Fashion Week in Homestead. And I know it's going to be good.
We're staying at Trini's house.
Cameron,
Come on over.
Good night, all you horrible, horrible people. I just want to point out, I will not be announcing my 5th job. Happy Passover.
Happy Passover.
That's it.
Is that your 5th job?
Yes, Passover.
Oh, okay.
Passover. All right.
Yeah, they passed him over.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow, Trini.
I am after tonight.
Trini has called him unhealthy. He has said you don't have body positivity, and you're going to pass your
Good night. Good night.
And TriniDaddy, a good night from you. Go ahead.
Well, good night, everybody. It's nice to be back. I've also been off for a couple weeks.
That's what it is.
Thank you also for letting me know about the second whole thing. I will be valiantly researching over the next couple weeks to bring back.
Research and not good research.
Practice research.
Be careful who you ask in a Homestead.
And I was first a little disappointed I wasn't sitting next to my sister, Faye, but to see the two of them high five right in front of her face was like the best moment for me.
That was a good moment, but it may not ever happen again. It's glad it's on camera.
It really wasn't.
It was a good
I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
That's it.
I might have too because it was unhealthy.
Don't even get me started.
Right.
All right. Well, that's it. Another week with It's Happening Out. You sat right here at the LGBTQ plus kitchen table as we kikied on the things that we think are important to our community. Look, we reported tonight at Queer News Tonight, which is one of the reasons I'm in the funk that I am in about what is going on in the Florida session for drag queens and our LGBTQ community. There is no candy coating it. We are under full attack. And we're under attack from people that know exactly what they need to do to erase large segments of our community. And it's a very hard thing to watch. We have two choices now. We have a choice to all stand up together and say we will not allow individual components of our community, especially our Black community, our Latin community, our Latino community, our trans community, and our women, and have their voice and power erased. And gay, white, privileged men are going to be standing up, or you're not going to be. And that's where we're at. And we can't talk about gay marriage in 2015 anymore.
Right.
It's done. Yep. We've got gay marriage. But this is 2023. It's 8 years later. And there's a lot of people that are going to be left behind if we don't do something. It is a 4-alarm fire today of what's going on in Tallahassee. And I'm not in a very good mood about it. Let's all come together and do something about it. ACT UP and Larry Kramer in the 1990s, I finally realized, that was the right approach. And it's the right approach today. We invite you to follow our 501c3 nonprofit experiment. Is our LGBTQ plus community important to you? Our mission means we deeply believe it is. We want you to pick up Hotspots magazine on newsstands all over South Florida. Queer News Tonight is covering the LGBTQ plus news of South Florida, America, and our world, and is daily and live at 8 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, and many other television platforms. And of course, our flagship is with you here right now and here tonight, and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Because please remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Until next time.
Good night.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus